is not the baby I gave birth to. And it wasn't my mama who run us over.
Welcome to Take Two Radio. We are pleased to bring you interviews with people in the entertainment and music industry, discussions and recaps of the 4 remaining daytime soaps. That's The Bold and the Beautiful, The Young and the Restless, General Hospital, and Days of Our Lives, as well as various other shows. For upcoming and previous shows, check take2radio.com. That's with the number 2. And you can find us on Blog Talk Radio, iHeartRadio, iTunes, and other streaming apps. Follow us on social media at Take Two Radio, and thanks for listening.
Hey, good evening,
Good evening.
everyone. This is David Silvani from Take Two Radio Soaps and Review, and with me today I have Carolyn.
Hello, hello.
I have Candice.
Hey.
And I have Anthony, and I'm expecting Willy shortly. And we have quite the show for you tonight. We're going to recap the daytime Emmy ceremonies, and hopefully, Carolyn, did you bring your homework?
Yeah, I have it. Well, you're going to help me through this. I was writing really fast.
Okay. So, let me see if I can. Why don't we?
And we waited patiently for Anthony. Right, Anthony?
We did. Thank you so much. So, guys, out there in listener land, I recently started a new job, thank God. So I was unavailable last week, and unfortunately, I will be leaving the call tonight at 7 p.m., but I want to go against...
8.
Sorry. Yeah.
8.
I want to go against the general tide of what was out the online as far as the permissive... the more opinionated of opinions. I absolutely loved this year's show. Absolutely loved it. I think with the time that they had to prepare, with the circumstances that we're living under, they did a really great job of keeping it entertaining, keeping it with the celebratory feeling, which was hard to do when everybody is accepting things virtually, but I love the show. What did you guys think?
As somebody, I'll just jump in real quick. I am also going to be leaving, or not like right when Anthony does, but at 8:30 because I have to do a little thing for this upcoming soap opera. You guys may have heard about called Forever and a Day. I don't know if you guys heard about it, but yeah, I'm kind of excited, so I had to do the shameless plug right there. As somebody who has been on this podcast, who's been on Twitter, who's been for like 7 years now, says something about the daytime Emmys need to be back on network television, I was really happy because here's the thing. They were going to originally do it on television. Obviously, this coronavirus knocked it off. They didn't know what to do. I also echo the fact that it was, and I think a lot of people acknowledged it, that it was more geared towards the soap genre versus how it always was, like, okay, soap genre category, then it's documentaries or, talk shows. It was very daytime soap. It just made me it was. And I love the fact that yes, all the nominees were prepared, had recorded a speech and everything, but it was still the element of surprise to them. And if you've seen some of the Instagram videos,
they did not know.
Right, they didn't know. Like Jason Thompson, Olivia Rose, Bryton James, it was like they were an audience because they didn't know. And I think that was the best part is that it still had that feel of surprise, like, oh my God, like, I thought it was 2 hours. Let me tell you something. They said it wasn't going to happen, but I love the time management of it.
Yeah.
It wasn't too long.
Yeah.
It wasn't too short. They hit every part, you know, the announcement of the daytime community, in memorial, the winners. You ordered a pepperoni pizza. It came 45 minutes later. You were done. You know, and it was really, really good. And good job, Adam. Start over there and hope for next year is going to be the real test. The real test is next year. But I think
it should be.
Yeah.
It should be.
Well, the
and
ratings,
I have one of the most important questions of all time. And Candice, you would appreciate this because you know you were spotlighted in an article for Soap Hub about the Emmys.
Yeah.
I don't know if you caught this.
Yeah, I heard about that, and I also heard that I was featured on somewhere else regarding, I think it was, I want to say CBS Soap Up, but I'm not too sure. But obviously, the one big thing that a lot of people may or may not have been talking about, I know I did, was the lead actor category, in which you had last year's winner of lead actress and lead actor Maurice Bernard and Jacqueline McKinnis Woods. And they were next to each other. And so as we all know, you're supposed to have social distance.
Right.
And I was like, wow, I said, wow, okay. And then I'm thinking, Bold and Beautiful, all these shows are kind of going to do some editing to make it look like they're in the same scene. Actually, if you go back, okay, I don't know if you guys remember the show. I think it was The Good Wife. Was it The Good Wife? And it was a scene in which they actually edited the two actors to be next to each other when they weren't in the same room. So that's what I was thinking. So I posted on Twitter about it. I was like, wow, are they or aren't they? And Eve Asty, who is the PR rep for Bold and the Beautiful, who also is part of the Emmy committee, tweeted me back. And keep in mind, I didn't ask, I just put it out there. And she did confirm that they were in the same room together. They were sitting next to each other. There was no CGI, anything. They followed the protocol, the guidelines, the CDC guidelines for filming to do that.
They were 6 feet apart?
No, they were actually next to each other. So what you saw was really them sitting next to each other. And today, I believe Maurice Bernard posted on his social media about that. I think it was because, it's Throwback Thursday. Duh, Candice. Of the picture of them next to each other. So yeah, they were actually sitting next to each other, and yeah.
Oh. Well.
So there you have it.
Maybe they took their temperatures.
Yeah, well, that's part of the CDC guidelines. So basically, obviously, if you guys have been going to doctor's offices or returning to work, you know that they check your temperature, the room temperature. They fill out questionnaires if you've been around anybody that has contacted. So this is the new normal over for CBS Studios as well for Young and for Bold. And I'm pretty sure General Hospital, because as we know, they went back to work and they're coming back August 3rd for new episodes.
Yep.
So, and if you saw the description of what those episodes about, then we'll talk something about that in 2 weeks when we come back on the show.
Yeah,
okay.
I was waiting for confirmation of that because, I like to hear a confirmation. So I took a pic. I went on Instagram and I found Joe Flanagan's Instagram, and he confirmed it for me that he was on his way driving to work, and he's excited. And I love his line. I don't know if you've heard it. If you heard it, it says, well, that the governor is thinking of pulling down another shutdown in Los Angeles. But does that mean that the Los Angeles and California entertainment community is considered essential workers? That's what he posted. That's what he asked.
Here's the thing. I mean,
it depends on who you ask.
Right, yeah. Because if you're asking SAG, because that's been a question of why hasn't, since California did go back, they rolled back to pretty much phase 1. Unlike New York is doing good. Shout out to New York. They're going back, so they were wondering the same question about productions because a lot of people's like, okay, we just got Bold back, so now, all these shows are kind of going back in production, so what does that mean? All I can tell you is that they're still following the CDC/SAG guidelines, and if SAG, the California branch, decides to also go with what the government is saying, then yeah, California, even the production may be shut down too, which is going to suck. Yeah. Especially because we got Bold back.
What joint union leaders have said is that they are going to push for as long as the guidelines are being followed and nothing comes on sets of both daytime and primetime productions, that they are going to fight tooth and nail to keep productions going if they do roll back to a full-on phase 1 shutdown. And yes, people have seen stories about one actor in particular and 2 actresses that may or may not have been infected with COVID. Neither of those stories have been confirmed by anyone that is credible. There are 2 primetime productions that are currently still in production that one cast member in 2 different shows was exposed but did not become show symptoms as of yet, but has been rewritten out of certain scenes, or they're changing the production schedule for 14 days until those 2 actors are cleared. So as of right now, everything that went back into production is still going, and the union heads have said, if we don't show any problems, we're going to fight tooth and nail to be the exception to the rule.
Right, because Bold and Beautiful is now doing a Tuesday through Friday taping schedule, and they're doing 2 episodes per day, which is actually helping out a lot. Young and the Restless is also doing not the same protocol, but they're doing Tuesday through Friday. It's going to be interesting come September with dates. And the reason I say that is because I want to know. Well, first and foremost, I think the obvious is that, okay, if they're going back to work September 1st, there's 3 questions that's coming up, obviously. 1, what does that mean schedule-wise of new episodes? 2, as we all know, we're now under the 52 episodes. We're almost at the we're actually 52 episodes to stretch out because the Sierra wedding was supposed to be the Olympic cliffhanger because the Olympics were supposed to be this year, and that was a 2-week event. So now, they was like saying originally mid-October, but now it's probably be pushed up in September for the final original episode. But also they have 3 days that's postponed. So it's kind of like, okay, days will now be kind of close to a regular schedule, if you think about it. And the third question, and I know everybody is singing it, who's going to be left on days when they come back?
Right.
It is.
In case you've been creating a list, we have Freddie, Chandler, Galen, Judy, Greg Mean, Kristen Alfonso, and this came yesterday, and I know some people's heart was shattered. I know there was tears. Trust and believe there was tears when you heard Steve Burton.
Carolyn.
And I tell you, girl, that after 8 years, Greg Vaughn is leaving.
Yeah.
Okay, can we talk about that? Cause I need soap therapy.
All right. You want to?
Well,
is Greg?
There was 2 bright lights. Well, maybe 3, depending on whether or not you love Yvonne or not. But there were 3 bright lights in the midst of all the casting darkness. Allison Sweeney re-inked the guest star contract or whatever they're calling it now. So she has extended it another 5 months when they go back into filming. So we won't see a break more than a couple of days for Sammy because they stopped.
Right.
The episodes that we have in the can have Sammy, basically through. There's only 2 or 3 episodes she's not in, and when they go back to filming, she's coming back. Brian Totillo is now back on contract, so he will be around for a while. And like I said, Yvonne, I cannot remember the man's name in real life. I'm so sorry, but Vivian's, what's his name?
Yeah,
Guevara.
Yeah, he's also going to be around for quite some time. So I would imagine that means Luis Sorel is going to pop in and out, if not possibly come back for, and that might be another bright light that we're reporting 2 weeks from now. But I would imagine that she's going to at least pop in and out. And it looks like Brandon Barash is here to stay. So, all in all, yes, let's lament, but let's also celebrate a little bit for some of the great casting news that we heard.
And
I'm
if
sorry,
you haven't
Candice,
heard the full episode of That's Awesome with Greg, it turns out at the time, remember when they let everybody go of their contracts?
Which was a big mistake.
Greg was.
That's when Greg opted out.
Greg went, Well, I think. Well, here's the thing. I watched Queen Sugar, which you guys should be watching because Greg Vaughn is really cute on that show too. The thing is that obviously, when word got out that King Corday released the entire cast last year, everybody kind of figured, again, you don't do that because first and foremost, everybody in the daytime genre is so talented. Days of Our Lives does have that CW, Freeform, OWN, Lifetime, Hallmark feel to it. Basically, you can actually picture pretty much everybody. I mean, your Hall's been on there, Allison has been on Hallmark and stuff like that. So to me, and I'm just going to speak for myself, when you are renegotiating and renewals and stuff like that, you don't do that because other shows will hop on real quick and offer some people like, hey, you want to come over to our show? Now, Greg was going back to Queen Sugar, to film because he's so cute.
He went back. He went
back
in March.
Amigos.
Right. And
isn't it convenient for him?
Because he's moving back to New York.
Angie Harmon
and
their relationship, and he's protecting himself. I mean, if he's got an offer, he can go back to Queen Sugar. So, these days they need backup. He's protecting himself. Why would
and that's what happened. In March,
it's the curse of the revolving. It's really the curse of the revolving Brady/Black family because whenever there's 2 Black/Brady children on canvas, it seems like whenever a 3rd and 4th come in, then the other 2 that have been running for a while seem to get booted off.
Yes.
We can't seem to keep the family intact.
It's like a
hey, Will.
Revolving door.
Nice of you to join us.
Thank you. What's going on? What did I just jump into? What are we discussing right now? What topic?
We're just talking about
we are discussing the
casting
casting revolving door of Days of Our Lives at the moment.
Days of Our Lives.
Oh yeah, I had people asking me that today about if I was surprised about some of these exits, and I told them, well, in a way, no, not really, because if you recall, a few months ago they even teased that when NBC was, the show was at the time, the fate of the show was up in the air, and they didn't know what they were going to do. And I'm thinking this is kind of the way the show's catching up, kind of like being behind for us, because they're just now announcing these exits when they could have happened already, like even prior, like with what happened with, Kristen Alfonso leaving as Hope. She already knew she was going to leave because she had already announced in a lot of interviews now. She's indicated that she was going to leave anyway, as she wasn't going to return in September like they thought she would. So there's just a lot of things that seems to be going on with these exits. And then, some of the fans are getting mad at Ron just a little bit for saying that it's his fault they're leaving. I don't think they see the big picture. There's two sides to every story. First of all, some of them didn't plan on returning. Others have other projects they work on, and they're moving on for other things they do, but that doesn't mean they can't return. I mean, like Will and Sonny, I think they're leaving, I want to say probably August or September. They're still able to return. It's not like they can't return. It's just we're going along with the changes of the time.
I think the problem is, and I'll just speak, and anybody who knows me knows how I feel about all of this. I've seen a lot of people compare this to a couple of years ago when Dave, because here's the thing. Okay, let me backtrack. Every like 6 or 7 years when Dave gets renewed by NBC and so, or by Sony and NBC, there is something
they do the
called
reset.
Yeah, a reset, aka bloodbath of casting being cut or even behind the scenes. In the last couple of years, however, it's been more in front of the scene talent to be let go. Let us not forget, everybody will remember this, when it was a shock that Dave let Deidre Hall and Drake Hoganson go.
Yeah.
And that was like the big thing. Fast forward, obviously, Kristen Alfonso has been, going back and forth. But let's not forget that this woman, and yes, it's true, she hasn't really had a major story in the last couple of years. But she's also one of the MVPs who took the budget cut to help with the show. At the same time, she's, hey, we all have had that moment where we're trying to figure out what we want to do. And obviously, when Ken let everybody go, it kind of was like, all right, how do you go back to something? And this is what I'm going to say on here. Take two, my opinion. I do think some money was an issue as well. And I'm going to say that because
Candice.
Let me just say this. Yes, I do think that this was a personal thing, but also for some, I do, because if you let somebody go off of a contract, to renegotiate, you do have to say, hey, like 5 cents more. And I get, why some people may not say, want to come out and say it, but sometimes that is the case. With this case with Kristen Alfonso, I do feel as though, I don't want to say she's burned out. I just think she just knew. You think she's burned out?
I do.
I
do.
I think
exactly.
Yeah.
Willie, thank you. Hold on one moment.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you exactly what I think happened. I think they sat down and, came up with a basic strategy saying to the effect of, go out there, test your wings. It's been really hard to come up with credible storyline for the character at this point. You feel burned out. We're going through this. We can save a couple of bucks for a good amount of time. Go out, spread your wings, test your wings. When you're ready or we're ready, there'll always be a place here for you. Deidre Hall flipped years and years and years ago and said in an interview that she knew when she was leaving that she'd be back. So I get the feeling, based upon other things that have happened in the soap world, that what are they going to do with this character at this point? You know, how are they going to keep it so fresh and exciting? Let her go.
And I agree.
Let her leave.
I agree with you. I agree with you on
that
too.
Let her spread her
that
wings for a year and come back, you know, a year or a year and a half later with a renewed, oh, my God, where has the character been for a year and a half? You know, what did she do? Maybe she went and jumped to another soap, and yes, the rumors were true. She was in a production office of another soap, but that's where the truth of the rumors ends. There are no signed deals for her and another soap. She went for a meeting, and that's all it was at this point. Will it turn into a guest spot or a contract role? God willing. No. I would love to see her light up the screen somewhere else for a while, and if it takes off and she never goes back to Days, God bless. But you know what?
Yeah.
It's the mode. Yeah. It's the mode of the soap world now. There's nothing more exciting that they're going to do with this character on canvas that's going to blow the screen. But if she's gone for a year and a half, and comes back, it will be one of the most celebrated returns in the last 5 to 10 years.
Well,
look at when Sammy Brady came back the first time. I mean, first off, they had amazing writing when they did bring her back. But that was one of the most exciting returns in at least the last 5-10 years.
Let me ask this question, because this has been, you know, a really big question. Do you feel as though when you have, you know, these casting news come out, and it feels it's like every other week or every other day now, do you think obviously this is hurting Days in the sense of, you know, Days of Our Lives is the redheaded stepchild? Well, let me just say this. The redheaded stepchild of the daytime genre, because of, you know, I feel as though like it's, how can I say this?
You have
to
an
me,
affinity
sometimes
to
it takes away
like I do.
Yeah, see,
and I do that. I literally do compare Don White circa 2003 to what's going on with Days, and I don't want to, and I said this, you know, on my personal, I don't want.
Candice, trust me. Yeah. Trust me when I tell you this is not a guiding light situation. From conversations from industry insiders, for all intents and purposes, Days will be renewed the next time around. This is not a we're prepping the audience for the end.
Well, not for the end, but I'm just talking about promoting.
Yeah,
no, I honestly. Okay, so here's the counterpoint to that. I honestly believe that Days of the 4 remaining soaps has the strongest online presence, the strongest, you know, they've created digital series, so on and so forth. And what they've managed to do, even before the time jump, but especially with the time jump, is to create real-life soap opera to coincide with the fictional soap opera that we're all following. Every time that there's a Days of Our Lives casting news, look at the tweet numbers. Look at the Facebook postings. Look at the blogs.
It's keeping them out there. It's working. It's working.
It's absolutely working. They're taking, you know, television soap tactics and applying them to real life marketing, and it's gold mine. It's gold mine.
And we see,
you know,
some leave, they come back. They leave, they come back.
But
if that's working, then great.
Look at the ratings. Look at the ratings that they garnered for the first couple of weeks after the time jump. Look at the ratings that were garnered after we finally found out for sure Judy Evans was let go. Everybody was eagerly anticipating what happened. What are we gonna see on screen, and why did it happen? Did she leave? Did they fire her? So on and so forth. It translated into ratings.
It turns into a fireball.
Yeah,
they're actually between the 2 digital series that they produced. I cannot believe that there are 3 shows on the damn airwaves that have not created their own app and or digital series to capitalize on the popularity of what Days has done.
Yeah.
Would they be copycatting? Would they be biting? Hell yeah! But if they came up with their own original, fresh spin on it, soap fans would be eating it up. As far as as far as the marketing of whatever news is coming out, and I do believe that a lot of this, Chandler and Freddie, for instance, they're not gone for good. You and I both know it, Candice. They'll be back, and they'll be back in a mega storyline. Whether it's an agreed upon deal behind the scenes already, or when they're ready to come back, or whatever. We all know Days has been orchestrating for quite some time their outgoing publicity, their outgoing messaging to mirror the soap world. They're playing soap opera tactics in real life, and it's actually working for them in spades.
Yeah.
I'm done. I'm sorry.
It's fine. No, it's fine. Candice, I was just trying to say that to answer one of your questions you had thrown out was, do we feel that, like Christian Alfonso, Hope Brady, did she feel burnt out? In a way, yes, I feel that she has, because you got to think it on her aspect. Like, was just mentioned just now that she's gone through a lot of storylines. It's like, what else is there for Hope to do? And it's not that the writer doesn't have the creativity. It just means that maybe just certain stories are kind of like at a passe right now. But they can get revitalized. Like for her, if she wants to leave on her own terms, then great, that's fine. But I feel the reason this kind of backfired just a little bit on Days, and nothing against them, it's just because the actress is telling on interviews that she was like, they didn't give her enough time to come back, or saying something like, I was only gone for like a couple months and they didn't give me too much to do. Or she's saying something else like, well, I'm not going to come back and do the final farewell, or I don't want to do a farewell exit or something. That kind of stuff, I mean, it's just me, but as a performer, I think they would want to be careful what they're going to say in public, because that's going to start a real fire frenzy.
Willy, I am so sorry to counterpoint you, but look at Michelle Stafford. When she left Young and the Restless, went to General Hospital, and bam, what happened? Basically, almost 5 years to the day, she did the same thing with General Hospital and went back. If you don't know that there were behind the scenes deals going on both her exit and her return.
Oh no, I get that. But what I'm saying is the reason fans, if you look on Twitter and everything, fans are like throwing a fit just because they're like throwing it out. Oh well, she's too good. She doesn't want to do an exit, or she doesn't want to do a farewell exit or something.
The same thing happened with Michelle Stafford.
It's how the perspective. It's how they see it. But I think what it is, and it's sad to say.
Wait, Willy, think about it now. A year and a half goes by. She does a year on, let's just say, The Young and the Restless. She does a phenomenal turn on The Young and the Restless, leaves Young and the Restless, another 3 months goes by, and then bam, she's coming back to Days of Our Lives. How many of the people that are up in arms right now are still going to be up in arms when there's this explosive Hope story, Hope Brady coming back to the canvas, and ding, 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 ding. What's his name?
I know.
Hoping. What's his name? Oh my God, why is it not coming? Bo. Bo was Bo. Hope found him, and they're coming back together.
Oh, that would be good. No. That would be good. But I'm also catching on that a lot of the fans are kind of like, okay, I guess they kind of take it like, it's sad to say, but they take offense to the way that she's kind of throwing it out that she could be like not doing the final exit or something. It's just the way she came across. And I get that they kind of get mad, but that's just their opinions and their feelings. But at the same time, they're ready to move on, and they're like, well, how come Gina Tagnoni can't be the new Hope? So it's like, it's like you say, you go with the good and you go with the bad. I'm just saying, on Candice's question, was she felt burned out? I think the actress was, and I wish her all the best because I love her as Hope Brady. But I'm thinking to her aspect, maybe she's tired of playing the role of Hope and Gina for a little while. She wants to move on for a little bit, and we can respect that. So if she was to get replaced, and, heaven forbid if it is going to be another actress, if it's got to be Gina Tagnoni as the role of Hope, I would appreciate that actress as the role, only because she knows her role as an actress in daytime, and it's not just like they're going to pick anybody and kind of like a slap in the face to the fans. Because, even if they had to recast Hope, I'm sure they're going to look real carefully, and they don't just want to just pick anybody.
Real quick, and I have to say this. It's something that I've been, I don't think they should recast the role of Hope, and I'm going to tell you why.
They're not.
They don't usually recast. Who have they recast?
They're not going to recast.
They don't. They
They're
don't recast.
not going to recast. Because now here's the thing. Now, I unlike another role that was on Days. When the person said that they didn't want to continue, they found somebody who equally could play that part and brought a whole new dynamic to that character.
Yes, they did.
With Hope.
Okay, I've got a question, and this is just a puzzling question, but what was happening on Days when they kept replacing the role of Stephanie? Was the actress just not wanting to be a part of it the first time around, or were they just trying to find the right actress to fit that role? Because if I'm correct, didn't they go through like 2 or 3 Stephanies at one time?
I only know of one.
Did I stump you?
No, there were
Did
3 Stephanies.
There was like 2 or 3 Stephanies, right?
There were 3.
And there was 3. So what was the story there? Does anybody know? Were they just trying to find the right actress, or did the first actress just not like it and felt she wanted to do something else? What happened?
Okay, so again, this is an unconfirmed rumor, but the first actress had partying problems, alcohol / other things. So they brought in somebody temporarily that may or may not have been a fit for the role, but wasn't, and they realized that very, very quickly, and then they recast firmly. I don't remember what the reason for the third write-out was, but they settled on the third actress because it was
that's great.
It was a good
I'm glad
fit.
you're telling me that.
The second actress was really just because production had already, stories were written, so on and so forth. They had to keep moving, and
so she's a fill-in. She was a fill-in.
She was back in the day, they used to say playing the role of Monica Quartermain today is Patty Hearst.
And that's
who the second actress was.
I just wanted to clarify for fans because they like to ask these questions, and I'm glad you brought that to the light, because I'm like, there's a little something there, because that's a little odd. They changed almost like 3 actresses just to find the right role. Kind of like the way
they did the same.
We went through that as well with Tyler Christopher / Brandon Barash.
And
they may have had
It takes a while. It takes a while to find the right role. I understand that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because Sharon Case did not originate the role.
Times with Maxie. Maxie on General Hospital. Because of medical issues, she was not able to, but the story was already written. They can't rewrite in that frame of so they got Amanda, what's her name, that one time, and
I gotta
Maxie's been and
Jen
Lilly was amazing.
I love Jen Storms as Maxie, but I got to give it up. I've got to give it up to Jen Lilly. She did really good as a Maxie.
She did an amazing
just to
job.
Fill in. She did such a great job. I'm clapping right now to Jen Lilly. You did an amazing job as Maxie Jones on General Hospital. It was just amazing. It was phenomenal.
She's been on the show. She knows she did. She's been on the show more than once. And
yes, she has.
At that point in time, there were a lot of fans, not just a few, a lot of fans saying, we want a storyline where Kristen Storms comes back and Jen Lilly can, maybe she's not the real, the soap fans who can't stand the fact that there were 2 Jasons liked Jen Lilly so much that they were willing to suspend their disbelief and figure out a way that there could be 2 Maxes on screen.
Yep. Well, you know what? As a writer, and this is just a lot of us, even you, Candice, you being a writer too, I find that the creativity part could have been something interesting, because we all know with Felicia and Frisco, they're like the hottest soap couple back in the day, just like Luke and Laura. But you remember, Felicia disappeared for quite a few years. Who's to say that Felicia didn't have her own little affairs when she was off the screen? Maybe she had a love child with someone else, and there we go. There you would have Maxie having maybe a twin sister or another sister into the set, and I would love it if Jen Lilly returned
Willy boy,
as the relative to Maxie or twin.
I'm just
Willy boy, that
cool.
ship has sailed, but I have to say, if another soap turns around and tells me that another woman has given birth to two, not one baby, and did not know, that storyline,
I know.
It's
dead.
It always matters. Well, I mean,
every single soap that has ever been created has had a woman that was knocked out, slapped around, brainwashed.
In the last three shows, they've had, I'm not going to say, but actually, let me see, 1, 2, 3, yeah. 2 of them on the same network, and one on another network has done it. I'm not going to say what shows. But we're going to move on because we got to talk about the
I am laughing. I am laughing because I agree with y'all. And I won't even say the name. I won't say the show, but you'll know what I'm talking about when I mention music characters. But I loved it. And I was laughing because, we saw the days where they're doing the, what's her name? Vivian. Supposedly Vivian was knocked out and she had given birth to another twin that Yvonne was protective and took away.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay.
Yeah.
But what caught my attention was, wait a minute,
we're not going to
they did something like that on another show where we found out that Sharon had a twin named Mariah that we didn't ever know about until when she returned posing as Cassie. That was a crazy thing.
And what about
that would be nice.
What about the Quartermain / Heather Miss Girl? I mean, crazy psycho. I mean, I love her, but
I'm just gonna say it. Thanks, One Life to Live, for doing the storyline.
Yeah, originally.
I'm gonna leave it at that because everybody knows where I went at with that. Like I said, it worked on One Life to Live. Possibly could have worked better on General Hospital. Dave, I figured that out. April 26th.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
There was another one. There was another one, if I recall, and I won't say the name, but the characters, Pine Valley, we found out that Dave had a sister that we didn't know about, and I forget her name already, but apparently the sister was related also through David Hayward.
We don't mention that.
You got me
there. That redheaded chick? Oh, my God, I forgot all about her. Yes.
No, we don't mention that.
We also don't mention it. We also don't mention about the aborted fetus that got implanted in somebody else.
Yeah. You know what? We're talking about the daytime.
Guys,
yeah. Erica's love child. Erica's love child.
Told us we need to move on, and we need to talk about the daytime Emmys because Anthony and me got to.
We do.
So yeah,
we got to recap.
Okay,
we need to recap.
We got to do
Okay,
go
ahead. I'm ready.
Let me get my notes.
This is so exciting. I feel like I won something. I don't know. Oh, no. Was there any prizes? Wait.
Okay, wait. Hold up 1 second. I just have to say this. There is another show that's out. It's because of a publicated magazine. They have their own Dishing With podcast. And if you have not heard, Kim Zimmer, Steve Burton, and oh God, what's his name? The last couple of shows have been friggin' amazing. But if you have not heard Kim Zimmer's episode with that other podcast, please go look.
Oh, are you talking about COVID support group?
Yes.
No.
Oh my God, you're gonna have to link me that. I haven't heard about the podcast. That sounds interesting. I love listening to podcasts.
I mean, that was a good one. Okay, back to the Emmys.
Yeah,
okay.
The first one we were discussing was the Bold and the Beautiful, and there were 3 votes. Does anyone know who the 3 votes went to?
Me?
Monica Noel.
Candice, Willy.
All you guys. Yeah.
What were they voting? What was the vote on?
Wait, that was for best show? Wait, that was for best show, right?
Best drama.
Best drama, yeah. So Young and the Restless won that.
Young and the Restless won that.
Which I think we all did say Bold because they had strong material. But let's not forget, I mean, you guys know what they submitted. Young and the Restless submitted. So
Yeah.
That was a toss up. That was a real toss up because, as well, like somebody said, GH could have easily took that too, and that would have been the shock of the night. I know I was on pins and needles. I was like, please do God.
Listen, I'm the one that will call a spade.
How did we do? We didn't.
Well, we didn't. No, we didn't.
We didn't. Yeah.
But I'm gonna. I'm the one that will call a spade, or call out the elephant in the room. If the voting rules were different, and they took snippets of a multitude of episodes throughout the year, and showed the entire storyline of, let's say, the whole baby, the whole 9 yards.
Yeah.
There is, without a doubt, hands down, Bowles would have won because, yes, the material around Neil's death and so on and so forth was phenomenal. Absolutely. But representatively speaking, Bowles really
wasn't good.
Yeah, Bowles really had 5 steps ahead of Young and the Restless in as far as storyline, keeping us. It was just a thousand times better. I love Young and the Restless. I will always love Young and the Restless. But they presented their best material and they won on it. But the bulk of material throughout the year should have either gone to Bold and the Beautiful, which was my pick, or General Hospital.
Well, I was going to revert it. I was going to say if we're going to buy the order here, if Bold didn't win it, then I think Days would have got it. Then I think G8, and then Young and the Restless. And the reason for Days is besides the time jump, you also had the unmasking happening.
Right. Yeah.
You had certain,
the baby
that was
switch.
Part of the time
jump.
The baby stuff. You did have, Jack and Jennifer, and all of that. So you did have some highlights. And that's why I kind of wish that for the real, because and that was something too. What they showed as to show you the snippets was not the stuff that we saw online. Like, real. We did not see some of that. So I called. I wanted to find out. Well, not really that call. So all right. So the next category.
Okay. So the next was supporting actor.
What did we put our choices? Because I can't remember mine off.
I remember what I said.
Okay, so we all agreed that if Brighton won, he deserved it.
Okay, got it.
But none of us actually picked him. None of us actually picked him as the first.
Wait, didn't I say that he was my third pick though? Because I know I said
you did?
James Patrick Stewart or Mark Grossman. And if not,
it was
Brighton James.
The number one that most of you picked was Mark.
Right, because I said Mark was there. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, Brighton. I love you.
I picked James Patrick Stewart as my first. Mark Grossman is my second, and Brighton as my third. And I get exactly what happened here, and God bless Brighton. All this category, every single one of them deserved it. So there really was no.
I voted for Mark Grossman. He was definitely the contender on my vote. So. But it was an exciting vote there. I like that. That was a good.
And I know you felt that way, but based upon what all of these guys submitted, I mean, it really was the one where there was no long straw. It was just the first straw that was picked, so to speak, because they all submitted incredible material.
Yeah. Okay, what's the next pick?
Okay, so we'll go on to the young programmer.
Yeah, younger performer. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, was this a surprise for anyone?
Well,
Who won?
It was. I think.
Olivia Rose Keegan won. Okay, you know what? I'm throwing out props. I'm throwing out props and claps because I voted for her, yes, and I'm glad she won.
Yeah, well, the votes were for her. The most votes were for her. So you were on the mark.
Again, this was another category where there was really, really strong material, and I'm really glad that they didn't take that view that they take a lot, that the camp material is not as good as solid dramatic material.
Mm-hmm.
I have never taken that standpoint. I think a good Cuckoo Crazy is probably the hardest thing to play, even harder than summing up tears for a television death. A Cuckoo Crazy, you got to be on point to tick, all the talks that you got to tick, and talk.
But you know what? The feel bad, all the actresses had emotional story material because, and that's something you don't really see all of the, nominees have. It's kind of the same subject. You had, of course, Jocelyn with Oscar. You had Willa with the babe. You had, so much going on that was, I can honestly say, this was the first time in a long time that the young performer, category, like the talent, like, you know what? Next year, I'm going to be interested because this is just the beginning for some of these ladies. I mean,
but you all felt that Olivia did the best.
I felt like all of them was good, and I did have the top three, but I do think Olivia, because sometimes when you play a psycho, it works in your favor, and sometimes it doesn't work in your favor.
Yeah.
Olivia did a great job.
She
did a phenomenal job as being the little younger villainess in Salem. I feel we haven't had a really good villainess since like Sammy Brady, so that's really awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm gonna go so far as to say that Eden McCoy should probably have been submitted for supporting actress. There was enough material. The storyline was that powerful, and she is phenomenal. I don't think she's under the age.
She's under the age limit.
Olivia, I've got to add Olivia. That just a shout out to Olivia, but I got to say, Olivia, you did a great job on that Emmy speech. That was amazing.
Oh my God, yes. Yes, I completely agree.
If anybody saw her IG video of, I think it was her father, if you did not cry when you saw that, I mean, I'm like, because this is her first, it's kind of one of those, like, you can't believe that it really happened, Yeah. It's just, she deserved it. She is, please say.
Carolyn, what's the next category?
Guest.
Go ahead, Carolyn.
Guest.
Okay, so.
Oh, God.
This was kind of a bummer because I thought this was going to be on television, but it wasn't. So we found out that, and I think I said this, one of the All My Children alumni was going to get it. And that person is Eva LaRue. Her video, when she found out she won, of her jumping in the pool, was me. I lived through that.
Oh, my God. Yes. I was jumping up and down when I saw that. I love Eva LaRue. She is so amazing. And I would wish that Young and the Rest would bring her back for Jack.
So she won, but the most votes went to
Chriselle.
Christelle, yeah.
Yeah, Chriselle. So, yeah.
Chriselle.
I'm sorry. I love Eva LaRue. I do. I love her with a passion.
I know what you're about to say.
But I'm sorry. It was a veteran celebratory win. It was. I'm sorry.
But here's my question. Because I'm just gonna throw this out there because I am still kind of confused about the rules for this. Because at first, now when they first started this, now if Michelle had entered, submitted, and whatnot, she would have. As we know, the rules changed. So,
I know.
She's not technically a new character, and that's what the guest performer was. It was for new characters, like actors was performing new characters, a la Stella.
So why was she added then? Because it doesn't make sense. I mean, I love for Lily, Christelle, she's amazing. But why would they add her into the category for that?
They should have. That's basically
that's
basically what we're saying. Right. Because if that's the case, then Shamar Moore should have been in the category. Jonathan Jackson, when he came back to General Hospital, there's certain people. If you're going to say guest star, or you're saying guest performer, you're saying that it's new people. But now you changed it because that was the comment about, what was it, last year about Wayne Brady and Hunter Tylo. Hunter Tylo, we all know her. Wayne Brady was a new character, and he won.
I feel the vote kind of contradicted itself.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
I personally think
Carolyn, what's next?
So that next one is lead actor.
Yeah, you got this one, Anthony. You got Jason.
Who won?
We got Jason Thompson.
Jason won.
Jason Thompson.
Oh, well.
I'm so glad. You know what? I am really so thankful and appreciative that he got that award because they've given him so much material out there. Young Restless is going to be going up and down. Fans weren't sure if he was going to be okay as Billy Abbott. But you know what? He knocked it out of the park, and he did it. So congratulations, Jason. You did it.
Yep.
I tried. You were all on mark with that. Okay, I got
all right, girl. One more before I have to go.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Lead actress.
And the Emmy goes to the perennial favorite, Miss Heather Tom.
Oh,
now again.
Oh my God!
But she made history.
I've got here Maura West. Hello.
I love her.
Excuse me?
I got Maura West.
I think I went to Maura West.
I got here.
I think I said. Wait, did I say Maura? Did I say Maura or did I say Heather? Because I think I said something about Heather.
No, you
did say
Maura,
something about Heather, but I have three votes for Maura West. That's what I've got here.
Oh no,
maybe I did say.
I voted Maura West. I voted Maura West as well, but I'm glad that Heather Tom won. Yeah, I voted Maura West, but even though she didn't win, I still did also vote Heather Tom as like second best on that one because I still feel that she did get some great material, and the fact that she won that award, oh my God! Like I said, I'm just throwing a bouquet of roses out of Heather Tom because she's just so amazing playing Katie Logan, and it's just she knocks it out of the park every time. Unlike what other people would say about other actresses phoning it in, she never does. She brings it to the queue, and she does a great job.
Willy, no. Not a single woman in this category. Even Finola, and Finola got the worst jacked up, crazy, blank storyline you could ask to be played. But even Finola, nobody in this category, as far as I'm concerned, has ever phoned it in.
No, I didn't say I didn't say they phoned it in. I said unlike actresses in daytime that could phone it in, I'm thinking Heather Tom could show that she never phones it in as the role of Katie Logan. She's done a great job.
Oh, okay. Because I don't think any single woman in this category this year has ever phoned it in.
Oh, no.
Maura
I never said any woman on the category, no. I'm talking in general.
Okay.
The actresses in the daytime, we know who they are, the ones that can phone it in and try to get away with it. But Heather Tom, to me, gets the pedestal here because she shows it every time when she's Katie Logan coming out at that door on Bold and the Beautiful. I'm like, oh, my God, yes, it's Katie.
Well, the thing is that, and I want to be clear on this. Like, I now that I'm thinking about it, I think I did say something about, like don't sleep on Heather. The thing is, first and foremost, she did make history. She is now tied with Erica Slezak for 6 Emmys for lead actress.
Yeah.
Okay. 2, it's like, here's the thing. Yes, Katie, I think it was her liver, kidney, lung, I don't remember, because next thing you know, she's going to need new eyes. I don't know. Sorry, didn't mean that. The thing is that, okay, this is my wish list for next year, because I noticed that that Mara and Heather, they're starting to get into a category, which I need for the writers to kind of get them out of. And it's the same thing for Lord too. I need for this second part of the year, as these shows go back, to reanalyze the fact that you have some strong females in those, in all the actresses. I do not want to see next year a reel where this happens. Anthony, cue me in on this real quick. Just give me some dramatic music real quick. Like some like. I do not want to see none of that. Oh, you want me? Okay. I don't want to see that next year.
I agree with you. And you know what I want to see for General Hospital?
For next year.
I want to see for General Hospital, and nothing against just the part of the writing, but I feel they could do a little bit better, is please stop making Ava and Nina best friends, because that's kind of crazy now.
Every time I think about those two, I think about the horse, that poor horse. When giving birth.
I'm sorry. I very respectfully disagree.
I mean, there's some humor in it. I get it a little, but as far as the aspect of the characters, come on, I want to see Nina and Ava get the villainous, vicious schemes that they use.
I respectfully disagree.
They are fun like that. They're wicked.
They dropped the ball with them teaming up. They could have went after Valentine so damn hard.
Yes.
I don't know what the deal with Rebecca Hayden.
Buddy?
Buddy, thank you. I don't know what the deal behind the scenes was. It didn't feel like it was working for them, whatever. But there was such an opportunity with the two of them teaming up for them to go, Bonnie and Clyde, Thelma and Louise, balls to the floor, Psycho and Psycho 2, all through the canvas of General Hospital. And
I don't know what they've
done
to these women. Yeah. I don't know what they've done to these women, but next year I swear, I mean, you can show me one crime, but I don't want to see, cue me in again, Anthony. Why, Bill, did you kiss my cousin? Why, Sonny? Why, Jack? Why? I can't. Seriously, I can't.
All right.
By the way, that's my
I love
next year.
you.
Okay.
I love you.
I love you
all. I will see you guys in 2 weeks. Big hugs.
Love you.
Bye.
Yep. Yeah.
Have a good vacation.
Well,
there was one.
The last one was a drama series.
Well, we did supporting. We support actors.
Candice, I've got to add, and you're going to laugh, but I'm going to add to you is for GH. I don't ever want to hear this again, from making it for Sam McCall to, I know that she's going to be with Jason and they're a couple, that's great. But let's get real, is her own woman. She doesn't need to be vindicated all the time by Jason Morgan. Let's move on from that. Let's make her the strong character that she is. You know what I'm talking about, Candice.
We need to do
You know what I'm talking about.
Strong.
It's time to raise the bar, and let's make Sam McCall the strong character that we know that she is. I mean, damn, she's a detective. She doesn't need to be calling Jason Morgan
really
every 15
be nice.
minutes.
I'm going to really be nice.
Okay, Will, take a deep breath, Will.
I'm going to be really nice.
Take a deep breath.
I'm going to say I'm going to say the PC version of my speech because of now the position that I'm in now. So I'm going to say it like this. I agree to that, but also the writers need to remember certain steps, certain people that made her strong, and kind to eliminate some of the memory and people from that didn't help her. Okay, I'm just being honest because
I like that, Candice. Thank you.
Thank you.
I love how you did
that,
Candice.
Hard with that. I worked really hard.
I love how you did that. You're so subtle. I gotta say, I love this group. You guys are amazing. I love this group.
Wasn't that
Candice
such
is so subtle.
a beauty queen.
You know what I mean.
Thing.
You guys know what I mean,
I know
though.
what you mean.
Yeah.
I mean,
yes, you do.
Trust me, I do. So,
Carolyn, what's next?
Flashbacks to GH, they understand it. Yeah, what's next?
All right.
We had supporting
what's our next topic? What's our next topic?
We did. Well, we didn't get to. We didn't have time, and we didn't get to supporting actress, but it was drama series.
But we did drama series, which was Young and the Restless, because we said we all picked Bold.
Well,
so
I don't have that in my notes.
Yeah. For supporting, we all I think it was some of us said Anika, some of us said Pam.
I said Anika and Crystal.
Right. I said because I said I was like, it's either going to go to Anika or Crystal, but I was like Pam might, because I was always doing a third. So I think.
Oh yeah, I remember that. I voted Crystal. Yeah.
Yeah. So the winner was Tamara Braun, which, again, I was happy for because she finally got one from General Hospital. It took 14 years.
I voted, I voted for her too, Tamara Braun, because, I mean, you got to give it up to her. She got those rich, powerful story of losing her son, Oscar. And am I correct again? Was it to cancer, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, leukemia. Yeah.
Yeah, she pushed that envelope to the level, and she did a great job. I swear, she had me.
No, Oscar didn't have leukemia. Oscar had a brain tumor.
Brain tumor. Oh yeah, that's right. Because I made a comment on.
Okay, yeah.
Because I made a comment on the show saying, I remember now saying that everybody in Port Charles seems to have a brain tumor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where's your?
Well, there we go. Candice, why don't you lead us on to what's happening? How did you enjoy the classics this week so far?
Oh, my God. Wait a minute. Hold up. Let me first and foremost give a round of applause. I know everybody says Candice is a cheerleader for CBS, and it's true. Because this week I definitely was. Thank you, CBS. Thank you, Young and the Restless, because this was fan favorite episode because everybody's seen the tweet. So Monday was a very special. I'm so honored to say this. They finally showed the very first 2 episodes of Young and the Restless. And if you remember, if y'all was live around that time, unlike I wasn't, I was somewhere in the States. My mom was like, what's your part of song? They were 30 minutes. So
I'm going to be honest, I didn't watch the latest of the classic episodes of Young and the Restless. There's so much going on. I don't know if y'all knew, but with what's going on right now with COVID-19, I wasn't feeling good, so I had been just, staying easy, taking it easy and stuff like that. But as far as watching the soaps, I watch when I can. But I did get to watch the one for today, which was really good. It's the one with Katy Perry as a model. That was really fun.
Yeah, I mean, this week, they went off of what the fans been on social media, and obviously a lot of fans wanted to see how it all begun. And, I've said this on the show that it wasn't about the Newmans and the Abbotts or the Chancellors. It was about the Brooks and the Fosters. So you also saw the longest-running Young and the Restless character of Jill.
Jill Abbott.
She was,
at 18 years old.
Before she was an Abbott, she was a Foster. Yeah. So, you saw her brother, Snapper, and Sally, and Chris, and, you saw the truck, and then Sally's like, I'm so young, I'm so restless, and then all of a sudden you hear the music, and it's like, really, that was cheesy, but it worked to see how it's gotten to be iconic. Then Tuesday was the first reality TV moment.
Yep.
Catherine's facelift.
Oh, Candice, I had a question for you. Did you recognize the actor who was playing Snapper Foster?
He looked familiar. No, Hasselhoff was a recast.
Hasselhoff.
No, that wasn't David Hasselhoff, not in the beginning.
That's true.
That was William
true. It wasn't
Gray
David Hasselhoff.
Espy.
It was someone else.
Wait, that was him?
That's William Gray Espy, who used to be Mitch Blake on Another World.
What? Wait.
I thought I recognized him. I thought I recognized him from Another World. That's a great.
He looked so Well, I was going to say
different.
young because he was young. You know, I've seen the first episode before, but I thought it was so funny. A lot of fans who never seen it, including my cousin, she calls me up and she says, "Wait, Deidre Hall was on Young and the Restless?" And I was like, "Yeah." She was like, "Wait." She was like, "Wait, what?" She was like, "What?" And I think one of the things about these classic episodes is you're seeing other soap actors on Young and the Restless and on Bold that you may not have known about. And, you know, seeing Jeannie Cooper, like, let's be honest for a second. Can you imagine any actors who would be balls to the wall to have the film crew actually, you know, film your procedure in real time to use on the show?
Yeah. That was a groundbreaker. 84?
That was like the first reality.
I know I was in college, so.
I'm going to, okay, look, you know, I feel so bad for saying this. I was 2. So
I'm glad you
just
got
like
to see
everybody
it.
else, I've never seen, I've seen clips over the years, but I've never seen the actual show. So to know that there was more going on, like, you know, cricket, at the age of 16, cricket, you're going to sign a contract without parental guidance. Okay. But to see, like, Jack still, and it still plays on to this day, that how he's always trying to be the head honcho, how he was trying to get over Ashley, you know, and seeing Eileen Davidson with those glasses and seeing how fashion was. And then, of course, you know, you do another episode that everybody wanted to see was Michael Baldwin, how he got into Cricket's apartment.
The one that always blows me away. Have they shown Lauren Koslow? She was originally on The Bold and the Beautiful and Young and Restless.
Lauren Koslow started on Young and the Restless.
Right. Yes. They haven't shown her episode, but they showed her on the first, like, Bold and Beautiful. Bold and Young and the Restless actually showed the very first episode. Yeah. So I'm going to just say this right now. Young and the Restless won because they showed an episode from 1973. Okay. Anyway, moving on. But no, you saw like Michael Baldwin being a bad guy, which makes me question. Young and the Restless writers, please do not forget, this is a man who literally used ways to get into cricket. Like, he was digging through the dirt, the bricks, and everything. And then today was Katy Perry. And then tomorrow, and this was much talked about, fans wanted it, is the first Devon wedding, Hillary and Devon's wedding when Michelle Morgan was pregnant. And now that we all know, we're going to be watching, right? Like, and then of course they also had Victoria. You saw a lot of Neil and Drew, as well.
Right. It was Neil and Drew's wedding this week too.
Yep, the first one, and then they already released what's next week for Young and the Restless, if you guys want to know. Drum roll, please.
What are they doing? What's the theme for next week?
Next week is Newman Week. Let me give you the highlights. So you will see when Nikki and Ashley was debating about Abby's paternity.
Okay.
You will see when Victor was giving Nick the lecture about you should be the next one in charge of Newman Enterprises. Yeah. You're going to see that. You're going to see Victoria and JT.
That's going to be a fun week. I love that. That's going to be exciting.
You're also going to see Victoria and JT's wedding. And then you're going to see 2 episodes that fans still talk about to this day. And fans requested it. The first one is Cassie's death. Cameron Grimes, if you guys been following her on social media when this all came out about classic episodes, she said that if they show Cassie's death, she would be on social media watching it, and with everybody else. So,
really?
For that.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. She did that. Didn't she do that last week?
She did.
That
she kind of was just.
To go.
Yeah, she has been saying this for a while because they was trying to figure out if that was going to be one of the, because you never know what episodes are going to be shown. I think that's also kind of the excitement. And then the final episode of Newman Week is when Victor confronted his father.
Mm.
Oh. When Victor confronted, with Christian Miller, and then Victor said, "I'm Victor Newman. I'm the Victor Newman. That was Eric Braden's Emmy. If I'm not mistaken, I think that was the second one, first one, second one. But yeah, so that's next week for Newman Week. So I don't know. I've been really enjoying it. I still have hope that they're going to do before they were famous week on Young and Restless. Like, I'm really hoping because I would love to see. I've never seen. I mean, like I said, I had my lineup: David Hasselhoff, Paul Walker, Tom Selleck. Obviously, Eva LaGloria, but I think we've seen so much of her. But why not? One more wouldn't hurt.
No.
And I was trying to think, other people. But I think that would be kind of cool for them to do it before, because they're going to probably start new episodes probably in next month, September.
So what are the other soaps doing? General Hospital, Bold and the Beautiful. What are they doing?
So Bold came back this week. So Bold was the first soap to come back this week, and I'm going to say this is how we're going to jump into everything. Bold did something I think that some other shows probably going to need to do is like a recap, but they kind of put a fresh spin on it, where they had Gossip Queen Katie telling Carter about everything that was kind of happening, and they showed flashbacks to the scenes, like little story, like the three big stories is Ridge and Shauna, which was Brooke, because Brooke and Bill kissed before their wedding, Ridge and Brooke wedding, and Ridge was like, I can't take it anymore. You guys were there, y'all know what happened. Then they went to Vegas.
Okay.
And you know what they say, whatever happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, right? They ain't gonna stay in Vegas. They ain't gonna stay in Vegas.
Did anyone see the skit they did on Extra with Billy Bush? And they were talking about using the blow-up dolls on Bold and the Beautiful. Did you see it? Did anyone see it? Well, they had a blow-up doll. I saw it. Yeah, the blow-up doll of Taylor, and she was sitting in the at the desk, and he kept going over and talking to her.
Well,
I thought that was priceless.
That's the thing, because a lot of people are like kind of, and I said this, and you guys may agree or disagree. The fact that, first and foremost, when Brad Bell said that, now keep in mind, we said this on the show, they're going to need to find ways to bring back the audience. Yeah. Because,
they have to.
Some people have moved on in a way. So if you want to bring back the people, you need to do something. And I joke because I said this because Brad Bell, as soon as he said blow up dolls, how many of you guys went on Twitter to talk about it? Yeah. Right. It was like the most talked about thing. But what's funny is, to me, that was good marketing, because if you say, we're going to have blow up dolls on our show, people are going to watch to see if there's blow up dolls on your show. And even if they don't watch,
talk about it.
Right.
Well,
the more they talk about it.
The one they had sitting there that looked like Taylor looked pretty good.
Right. Well, that's what they was like saying, that because I think it was John McCook or somebody says it's not actual blow up dolls that you would get at the store.
No, they're the ones they make.
Like they're the custom mannequins that they were used, because the Taylor one was used in the coffin when everybody thought Taylor died a couple of years ago. So they're using life alternate dolls in a sense. Yeah. And I think the best way I can say it is if you're a WWE fan, you're a wrestling fan, and you know the wrestler, The Undertaker, to imitate his to get inside his opponent's head, he would always have like life-size versions of the opponent in a coffin. So that's basically what the dolls are, that's what the dolls are. So you're not going to see the normal blow-up dogs, but they also have the active spouses.
They're not a plastic.
They're not going to do that, folks. But people are talking, and they want to see it. So, you know, so far what's been going on is that, you know, Stuffy is, you know, she's a mom, she's working and everything, and Liam is like, look, if you ever need me, I'm here. So we're, you know, kind of going in that route. But today,
and she's saying, go home to your wife.
Yeah, go home to your wife. Like, you need to be saying this to her to reassure her of your marriage. But the big thing, poor Stuffy. She decided to get some fresh air because, you know, being stuck inside the house, being, you know, you need a ride. So she got her motor scooter, which, by the way, a lot of you fans figured it out. That is from 2014, that footage. I was like, hey, got it. Hey, reuse your footage, honey. And
they reuse
somebody,
footage?
Yeah. Take a look at the scene when she's like on the bike and everything. Yeah. Now the drive was split because it was, you know, but so somebody hit her. Somebody hit Stuffy. And
yep,
she's like,
and you know who.
And she's in the hospital. She's stable right now. I'm acting like this is really happening, right? But
it is really.
That's my acting. But you know, like real life, you know. But she's stable. And there's a cute new doctor. He's already cute.
He's
and,
the Liberty Mutual guy, right?
You know what? I just thought about a joke. Stephanie, you might need to get new insurance. Liberty. Oh, we don't got the rights to that. Okay. But no. So we found out it was Bill, and he gave this speech today. For those who didn't see it, if you're a Bill and Stuffy fan, I would say watch it because he was like, "You're strong, you're a fighter." It was a lot of like, and not only that, but Sally's gone cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. She wants to get pregnant by Wyatt, but keep in mind she's dying. She still got Flo kidnapped. So a radiator using
Flo managed to knock her out.
Right, and right on
her underwear.
Underwear, yeah. Because pretty much Sally's whole thing is that she lied, saying that she's going to do something and she's going to get pregnant. But when she was stripping, Wyatt saw in the mirror a note from Flo. So that's kind of how that right now. So basically, in the last couple of days, Bold has been leaving you with two cliffhangers, and it sort of kind of feels like prime time-ish a little bit. So I'm hoping that they keep it up. And yesterday was the first episode of the new CDC guidelines because a lot of people was confused. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday were all filmed before they were shut down.
Oh.
Even that recap was already made?
That's what I'm pretty sure that's what they said. But if not, I want to ask this question. For those who saw it, did you notice anything different about the way they filmed it?
Something about the blocking looked a little organized.
Mhm. And they were standing 6 feet apart because they had the table.
Right.
So, you know, they were trying something new, and I think that's how, I mean, Bold is the first, you know, soap to go back. So the next one is probably going to be General Hospital, maybe Young.
I thought it was Young and the Restless. Aren't they taping?
Well, they're taping, but that's the thing. Because, so let's check. General Hospital was supposed to go back on the 13th of this month. They went back on the 20th. Yeah, as of yesterday, they came with the well, because they had to.
They were a day late.
Right. Well, here's the thing. So, depending on who you talk to, there was a delay because of testing.
Mhm. Right.
So some people didn't come back, and they also had to make sure because they might be filming outside a lot,
right,
versus the studio.
because the governor had ordered no indoor activities.
Right. So so the announcement came out yesterday that they're going to be back on August 3rd, which is in under 2 weeks. So, they already have episodes already done. It's going to be interesting because I do want to see how Bold continues with this, since they're such a, small, one of the advantages is that they're a small cast.
Right.
But I do want to see where they go. But so far, so good. And it's just, it does feel the same, but it's different. You can tell.
It is. And they said that there was when Eric Braeden said that, he said, we're shooting outside with no communication with hair, wardrobe, or makeup.
Yeah, that's all the shows. That was one of the CDC guidelines, is that unless you need to, you're to do your own hair, your own makeup. So get ready, folks.
It's going to be raw.
Get ready to see who knows how to do it. All I can say is YouTube is your best friend. YouTube. Here. And I'm talking to the guys, because they got to do makeup too.
Yes, they do.
Oh my gosh, I can't wait to see this.
Cut their hair.
Well, I think John McCook's wife did, because he looked at a little shit. But I just want to see, when it's time to apply bronzer on their faces. I would. Not to be funny. I'm not, but I'm just, I'm not with guys. They don't really know how to put the applications and stuff on. So I can tell you, I don't. Right. So we'll see what happens. But right now, I think this is a good time for daytime. We're getting the shows back. I know that it's been hard. We had classic episodes, flashback episodes. We did have the daytime Emmys, if that counts, for being happy. And I do believe that hopefully that all the writers took a nice relaxing break, even though most of y'all was on social media. I ain't calling out no names. But, and that's fine to engage with the fans, because at the end of the day, we're the best kind of fans out there. So,
they're becoming very creative.
I have a thing about, what about the hair people? Look at the guys need haircuts.
That's why I said YouTube is your best friend.
How to shave my head.
Yeah, and instructional videos. Yeah, instructional videos.
Just make sure you use Zoom. See, this is why Zoom was another great thing. Because if you're paranoid, you can just talk. Somebody can talk you through it. Like, okay, now this is what you do.
Yeah, David's getting into Zooms. He's really liking them, David.
I am.
David.
I like David. I'm 1-to-1.
Yeah.
Well,
takes a little bit to coordinate them, but.
Well, speaking of Zoom, it's my turn to bid adieu to you guys, because I get to
Willy dropped.
The executive producer and
where'd Willy
writer.
Go?
He dropped.
Willy
dropped.
He's gone. Oh dear.
It's just you and me, Carolyn.
Okay. Well, we'll carry on. We're just
we
carrying
got a
on.
little more to go.
And real quick,
the soap operas.
So,
wait a minute, real quick.
The revolving door.
Wait a minute, real quick. I do want to say this about Days. I did enjoy Ben and Sierra's wedding. I do have something to say, though. It wouldn't be me. I did like Sierra's dress, except for the choker. The sleeves I'm 50-50 with, and I think Hope should. I understand that Rafe made a promise to go, but I do think Hope should have walked Sierra down the aisle, or her brother or her grandfather. So that's about it. So, okay.
Well, Hope has been the last couple of weeks. I'm liking the storyline, and the dress that Hope had on was to me was like epic. And I loved Kate the other day with her bright red with her leopard skin belt. I thought that, I don't know if they've got a new coordinator, dresser, whatever. But I thought that the costumes were great the last couple of weeks.
Yeah. So we should do an episode like on fashion, like talking about fashion and soaps. We need to be like fashion police, fashion police.
Did you see it today?
I did see it today.
Yeah, well, I thought the photography and the slow motion and all the. I said, well, it reminded me of when Jack fell down the elevator. Oh God, it's like 5 years ago. The building crashed. I forget what happened there, but yeah.
Yeah.
No, it was
this was supposed to be the episode that aired after the Olympics.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Who do you think set the bomb?
Oh, this is so easy.
I'm thinking this is Eduardo.
Really?
I think it's
Really?
I think it's him and Eve.
Yep.
Really?
E&E Bomb Factory.
Yeah.
So you don't think it's Ben's dad?
I don't think. See, well, real quick.
I go back and forth.
Yeah, I don't think he. I think he's okay. I think he's out trying to. I mean, if he is a part of it, I would be really shocked, considering
an Orpheus.
What?
Because they had the bomb scene that Hope grabbed it a month or so ago. He was trying to blow up John and Marlena.
Right. See, I'm kind of no OP is out because I don't think he's a factor. I do think with Ben's dad, I don't know if he's going to be like, quote unquote, the rescue person to rescue him. But I mean, in the soap opera twist, it would be really interesting if Ben's dad was in cahoots with Eve and Eldrock and A. Martinez Sargent.
Well, today Jake was saying to Gabby, oh, you know, the mob guys, and she says, do you think that they would? So they kind of threw that in there today.
It's going to be interesting to see what happens and how everything plays out. But okay, so I just wanted to add that Dave's part in before I go because I was like, okay, let me tell him right. I did like that dress. It fit Victoria very well, and it's very royal wedding type. If you're into that kind of stuff, I mean, I like the royal weddings, and so that dress did fit, but that darn choker just got on my nerves. So that was it for the fashion report.
It was moving. It was too wide.
Yes.
And her hair was too flat.
Yes.
I didn't like her hair.
Well, no, the hair was fine. The hair was actually okay. I had
no
problem with
the
that.
hair made her look, her face
It's
look too
summer.
fat.
It's summer. It's summer. Yeah, she had a tiara. She was a princess. So, you know. So. All right, you guys. I will talk to you guys in 2 weeks. You guys take care. Stay safe. All right.
You too.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay, David, what are we going to do for the next 25 minutes?
We're going to, let's talk a little more days, and then we'll talk a little Zoom.
Okay, well, as far as days.
We go,
now,
let's go back and I'll tell you.
Yeah, everything's pointing to Claire, but that's, I'm kind of getting suspicious now.
I don't think Claire could do a bomb.
But what about all the other things that's happened with the dress and the ring? We still don't know where the ring is.
That's all Eve.
You think it's Eve? Okay.
Yeah, I think it's all Eve because she's getting back. She wants Ben out of the way. Because she still harbors resentment for Paige.
He killed her daughter. Yeah, he killed her daughter.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, wait, hold on. Who came back on? Oh, Willy's back on. Hold on. Willy called back in. Hold on. I can't get him on. Hold on. Will.
Hey, Hey, everybody. I apologize. I had a drop call.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you did drop.
Did you keep talking?
Yeah, I just fell out. It was weird. I tried calling, and all I got was you'll be with the radio host soon, and I was like, okay, I've been loading.
I didn't. Oh, because you didn't light up on the screen until now.
Oh. Oh, well, he's back.
And I couldn't grab you.
It's okay. It's good to be back. What did I miss? What are y'all talking about right now?
We're talking about days.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Have you talked about the juicy parts that's yet to be revealed?
No.
We're talking about that it is a good possibility that Eve and Eduardo are behind the bomb and the dress and all of that.
Okay, and do you know why they are?
Because Cassie said herself when she was doing the One Life to Live reunion on the locker room that she will be seen in Days in July.
Yeah.
That's how I know.
Yeah, no, but I'm saying, do you guys know yet? Have you figured it out yet? Why Eve and Eduardo are after Ben?
Well, because Ben killed their daughter.
Yes, I'm so excited for it. I wasn't really much of a Paige fan, but I'm excited for storyline wise because I always enjoy Eve and when she gets into her wicked craziness. But to find out that Eve and Eduardo are connected and they have a daughter in Paige, I think that's going to be like mind blowing.
Yeah.
That means Raven. That means
she was with JJ. What was what's her name, David, on the show? The daughter.
Paige.
Paige.
Yeah, I felt really bad when they wrote her off. I really liked her storyline. I liked her.
I kept hearing rumblings that we're supposed to be expecting a little visit from the actress to play Paige. We kind of recur her role on Days, even if it's just a temporary. I think it's just going to be a dream sequence. Yeah, I heard that she's going to kind of, like Ben having a nightmare or something like that. Again, I think he's probably going to be haunted by Paige or something.
Okay. Well, Paige and I don't know what her name is in real life, but she's with Casey Moss. They're a couple in real life. Yeah. So I followed them for a while on Instagram.
Oh, are they still her and Casey Moss are still together?
Yeah, as far as I know.
Oh, that's good. I'm so happy. They're such a cute couple.
Yeah. I'm just wondering what he's going to be up to now that he's left.
Wait, well, is he still performing? I remember he used to do singing or something.
No,
he dropped the band.
Okay. That's such a talented actor and singer. I wish him all the best. I hope he gets to find some little gig that he enjoys.
No, I've always liked Casey Moss, and I followed him for quite a while. I was even trying to get him into a beach bar down here with his band. I talked to his agent, but then things fell apart, and I think he was drinking too much and got into a lot of trouble.
Oh, yeah, Hollywood can be a little crazy. So what do y'all think is going to happen with Clyde returning? Do you think it's because he's revenge against Ben for not being the good son that he wanted him to be? And I'm surprised he didn't go after Will this time.
Well, that's what we were just discussing, but David said he doesn't think it's Clyde.
I don't think it's Clyde.
No, I'm not saying it's Clyde. But Clyde is returning. They announced it on some podcast. But Clyde's returning too.
Yeah, we saw him.
It's a lot of people returning.
Oh wait, maybe not. I didn't. They have
so many. And I was saying today, Jake was talking to Gabby, and he intimated that it could have been the mob that's after me that could have done the bombing. So we've got like 4 or 5 different scenarios who planted the bomb.
And then, of course, there's still the mystery of Allie's baby daddy. When you find out who it is, it's going to make your jaw drop.
Oh, really?
Oh, no.
Well, I don't know if you want
a confirmation.
I don't know if you guys get like little teasers too much on spoilers, but from what I've heard of who it is, I'm very excited. And Days fans are going to be like, oh, my God, it's him? So wait till you find out. It's really good. Ron's got a great creative mind when it involves Allie's baby daddy. And the one that's supposed to find out and tell everybody and shock all of Salem is supposed to be Sammy Brady.
So Sammy finds out.
It's supposed to be Sammy Brady.
Yeah, Sammy Brady's supposed to drop a bombshell that shocks all of Salem.
Oh, okay.
Oh, and that's the father of the baby.
There you go. Yes. And of course, right now what's going on with Sammy. She's kind of doing things again, Sammy way, but you all know she's got Will under her fingernails, and they're kind of like, okay, we're going to try to raise this baby for Allie because we need to protect her from herself. But again, rumor has it that Sammy's plan is going to backfire, and that Allie ends up having to keep the baby. Allie's going to go ahead and keep the baby just when we're finding out about what's going on with her baby's daddy. So it's going to be a big twist coming up. I'm really excited about it.
Well, that's what it was today. I mean, she's kind of waffling who she's going to give it to and blah, blah, blah. So that's what I figured
I've
at
got
the
a
end.
question. I've got a question for y'all, and I'm just curious. Are you excited about Rafe's exit, and how do you think he will leave?
I'm not excited about anybody's exit. I don't like seeing them go. But if
not that we're excited just to leave.
Is he going out in style?
Story-wise. Yeah, for story-wise, he can leave and then always come back. But for right now, how do you think they're going to do an exit for Rafe? Because there's so many different ways to write him off.
I think he's going to
go
off.
Well, people are saying no, but
Eduardo.
I think him and Hope are going to leave together. They have people say no, but it's kind of looking that way.
Who?
Him and Hope.
You think they'll leave together?
Yeah, I think that's a possibility. Do you think that you think they're going to go with the rumor that supposedly that Hope's supposed to be pregnant with Rafe's baby? That I've been hearing about that.
Well, I know that's a little far-fetched knowing her age.
No, she's too old.
That's why I said rumors, because I've been hearing rumors. I don't think it was true. I didn't think it was true, but I don't know. It's Ron.
No.
But television, though.
Yeah.
She could be a surrogate. I'm upset if if Sierra leaves. I mean, I was really liking the storyline with Ben and Sierra, and the rumor is that she's leaving.
Okay, yes. I don't know if I've mentioned this. I don't know if I mentioned it last time I was here, or you guys catch me with the media, and I've answered to it as best as I could. Okay, here's what's going on for what I know of Sierra, again, of what I've been told, is that her exit is considered a temporary exit because when she left for a while, for a couple of weeks, it was due to a family crisis. And everybody has their assumptions about what that crisis is. I'm not going to go into that part because I'm respectful.
Yeah.
But at the same time, while she's away, I'm also told she does return, but I don't know if it's going to be her coming back or a recast because, again, there's rumors they might recast the actress, which I doubt. But, again, things are always being talked about. But as far as her exit, I was only told it was a temporary exit. Just like Brady, was it Brady? Yeah, Brady that left with Kirsten. His exit is temporary, and he's supposed to be from what I hear, is that he's supposed to be returning around September, which is close to the fall season, along with Kristen.
Well, my feeling
so we're just going to have to see.
They should have really extended the younger family members, and I think with Sierra and Ben would have been good. Even Claire, even though she's off the wall, but and JJ, because they need to go kind of to the next generation. It's like Hope's had her time. I mean, all the older ones. I mean, John and Marlena don't even ask me about them because to me I'm. And then they were going to bring Kayla and Patch, and where'd they go to? Italy or France? Or...
Yeah, I'm thinking what they're doing, and in this kind of round smart way of maneuvering. He used to do this a little bit on GH. It's while one actress or actor's out of the way, they still got to keep the other actor or actress active So while Sierra's away, I'm thinking that that's how they're going to keep Ben busy with all this other drama, because it kind of like not really make you miss too much of Sierra. She'll be kind of be gone, but not really gone. So it's like a temporary little fix. Like right now, when he's going to be kidnapped and with all these people he's going to deal with, and he's going to find out more about what's going on between Eduardo and Eve, that's kind of going to keep him busy while we're dealing with a temporary exit of Sierra, which you'll see her a little bit. But knowing Ron like he does, he probably pre-tapes on that too, and you'll probably see her like bits and pieces. But in actuality, she was probably gone. But he does really good on editing all that. So, I don't have too much disappointment that Sierra's not returning. It's just the fans throw a fit whenever an actress says, "Oh, I'm going to be gone," or they don't tell them they're leaving. They don't understand the way daytime works. They have to work around the actor's schedule.
That.
Like, well, it's crazy, but they got to be at least show some respect for it.
Well,
some don't show respect.
Well, like I said, it's just that the young ones, all the family members, they don't carry on the next generation. You want to have babies.
Right.
And now Lanny, and it looks like she's having problems with hers again. And anyway, it's I wanted an extension because they've always been a family-oriented show.
I've got a juicy spoiler for you, and this one's going to be exciting. It's the one where Philip does return, as you all know, and he's going to go against Sander for control of Titan. That's going to be really exciting.
Oh, okay. Well, that could be good.
Yeah. I'm glad that Ron's really shaking it up. I know he's got, you got to give him credit, Ron. He's got to deal with all these exits and these people and everybody coming and going and if they return. But at the same time, those people that are returning, he's got some great stories. You got to give him up to Ron for this. He's got some great stories that are coming up. You've got Chloe returning. You've got Philip returning. And, of course, like I said, again, just to tease, but Allie's baby's daddy will be popping up soon. And, you got some great stories that are coming up. So people keep saying, oh, is this the end of Days? Is they canceling Days? Let me tell you, they're not canceling Days. Days is just about to get hotter and bigger. Don't go away. Don't blink, because Days of Our Lives is about to raise the bar yet again.
Well, what's happened with Maggie?
I don't know. Not that I've lost interest in Maggie, but did she go to jail for supposedly killing Adrian?
No,
so much.
No, that was all cleared.
She is home.
She was all cleared. Okay.
She's cleared.
So she's at the mansion.
She's at the mansion.
She's upstairs. She's upstairs at the mansion.
She has that same cold that she had 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, she's had a cold.
Okay, I'm glad you brought that up. And nothing against Ron here, but what do y'all think about these little excuses, which is kind of funny, when they're trying to ask for a certain character while they're on the, in the story, and they'll say like Maggie's sick, Sonny's. They don't explain what happened to Sonny, which is kind of, I think that's a little crazy. Don't you think they should at least explain what happened to Sonny?
Yeah.
Where's Sonny? Did he have a flu? Did he leave town? I mean, I want to see Sonny. And just for those that are asking, Sonny returns on the 27th of July. He'll be back on Days. That's his next episode that you'll watch him on.
Well, I guess it's behind the scenes. They're negotiating for their revolving contract. Are you going to be coming back, or how? When are you coming back? So because
I would love to see, and we're talking about returns here. I would love to see Brandon return.
Mm-hmm.
How do y'all feel Brandon return?
Brandon?
Yes, Nicole's Brandon, Abe's son. Don't you think that would be cool if they can't bring back Theo?
Well, that would be interesting.
I can't I know who he is, and I don't.
Well, they recast all the time. They could always change him again and make it a little more evil or whatever. But as far as that goes, I would love for Brandon to return because he is such an amazing connection to Salem because of Abe, and of course he was also involved with Sammy back in the day. Talk about a little twist.
Mm.
Yeah, well, I mean, what's Nicole going to do when Eric leaves?
I don't know.
Yeah.
And with let's see, I'm trying to make sure because I always get Brady and Eric confused because of their names, but the actor that left leaving soon, of course, will be Eric Brady. If you haven't watched it, you've got to watch him on Queen.
Queen Sugar.
Queen Sugar. Queen Sugar on OWN.
Exactly.
If you've never seen it, for you Days fans, watch it. It's so good. He is so amazing in that, and you're gonna love him returning back to Queen Sugar. He's so good.
Yeah, he left. He left Days 2.5 years ago to do Queen Sugar, and then there was something with the production of Queen Sugar, and it stopped, and now it's getting back up again. But I think he really liked doing the series.
Yeah, that's where he was in March.
And so that's
March,
what's good.
that's
That's what I love about it. Well, he's busy in Queen Sugar. If they ever decide to bring back Eric, which I'm sure they will, at least the door will be open. I'm hoping that they leave a little return door exit for Eric. I don't know about Nicole. I know a lot of people are asking, does that mean that Nicole is going to leave with them, or will a drama happen for Eric? I haven't heard anything. I haven't heard anything about Nicole leaving. So I guess what's going to happen is maybe some drama building up between Nicole and Chloe, but you never know where Ron's going to go with this, because that's the exciting part. It's like a roller coaster ride. You don't know which way he's going to turn now.
No, for sure. Well, I haven't heard Nicole leaving, but she's come and gone. Only a couple of minutes left.
Okay, well, before you all get ready to leave, I just want to thank you for letting me be here. And don't forget to check out Greenleaf. You guys will love it. Greenleaf on OWN. It's an amazing primetime soap opera.
Okay.
Sounds good.
All right. Bye. Enjoy your evening.
Yep. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you in 2 weeks.
Yep.
All right. Bye.
In 2.
Okay.
Bye, everybody. Thank you, Carolyn.
Bye-bye. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody. Bye, Candice.
Bye.